everyone, it's getting late. I'm getting tired, but I've got just enough energy left to muster up the courage to pop up in a video because I just don't have the time, the energy, the patience, or even the finger power to type this out, even though I have a Libra Writer window open to do so. It's just my brain is mush. So here we are. You get to deal with my ugly mug. I apologize. Um, so I wanted to share some really big stuff. Some of you know me off the internet, and some of you know me on the internet strictly, but you have had conversations with me outside of social media. Because yeah, that's still possible to do, believe it or not. Um, anyway, I'm sitting here looking crazy. um, Easter is literally just a little over a month away, and um, I'm gearing up for confirmation, y'all. It's getting real. I just went through with a couple other people that are coming into the church this year. We just did the rite of election last weekend, and oh my goodness, it was. I have no words. It was a tremendous experience, and one that I feel overwhelmingly grateful that I was finally able to experience after many, many attempts, and many, many times those attempts have just crumbled. So I guess now is the right time. So thanks be to God for that. Um, so yeah, Easter weekend, it's going to be official. I'm very excited. I will be writing up a thing about the rite of election on my blog, which the blog link will be in the description. Be sure to feel free to subscribe to that. Anyway, uh, so school is going to be literally the day after Easter. That was another big thing that's going on in my little life. I will be going to Lambda for web development and computer science. I will be learning all kinds of code and like HTML, and I think Ruby was one of them. I don't remember for sure. I know there was several. There were JavaScript, CSS, and I'm drawing a blank to the other ones. There was like this whole like thing. I don't feel like digging it out right now, but I'm very excited. That schooling is only going to be about 14 months long. Then I'll graduate and get a really swell job, and then I'm going to go back to school because I'm a nerd. No, seriously though, I am a nerd, totally, but unapologetically. I want to. I had a conversation probably about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer, about writing with someone that I'm very close with, and I'm not close to many people. So for someone that believes in me enough to say, "Hey, I think you would be really good at this," it means a lot to me, right? And this person is someone that I look up to quite a bit, and apparently, um, this person believes that I would make a really good teacher. And side note, fun fact, I actually used to want to be a teacher a very long time ago. From the time I was probably, oh gosh, 5, 6 years old until college might happen, I wanted to be a teacher. And I mean, I had a job as a tutor for a while. I loved it. I loved working with little kids, and I mean, my little godson, he's 8 now. I helped him learn how to read um, before he started kindergarten, and I enjoyed it. That little moment of, when the realization clicks in the child's mind, it's like, oh, that's what that is. It's like I love that. It's kind of like a mini celebration, really. um, it's like when the child reads their first sentence. The black cat crossed the street. It's like, oh my gosh, I read something. It's like, yes, you did, buddy. Let's go get ice cream. Like, you know what I mean? So it's, yeah. But my friend had encouraged me to at least consider becoming a creative writing teacher. So I'm going to look into becoming a creative writing teacher. I want to look into a good Catholic college. I've got my eye on Ohio Dominican. I've had my eye on them for probably about a decade now. And there's, come to find out, there's a few other places that I'm told about. I'm gonna look into, and I mean that's not gonna be for a while yet. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to send the applications out now and ask for information now and all that, right? So I'll look into it and just hand it over to Jesus and to Mama. And for those of you who don't know, Mama. Anytime I mention the word Mama, I'm talking about Jesus' mother. So I don't call her Mary, I call her Mama. The only time I make reference to her being Mary is if I'm saying the rosary or if I'm reading something in the Bible and her name comes up as, because she's not addressed as Mama in the Bible. So there you are. Anyway, I'm going to hand it over to them, and what they decide, they'll let me know, and I'll go from there. So I'm going to do this all for the glory of God. So, my goal, like I said, is to teach, elementary, junior high, be the ceiling, and I want to teach at a parochial school, at a Catholic school. So, I think that would be a lot of fun. I am, speaking of writing, I'm still writing myself. I am working on book number 3, which is also a nonfiction. My second book was a nonfiction. The description will have the link for that if anybody is interested, for the other 2 books that I have out. And book number 3 is about my conversion. I'm overwhelmingly excited to be able to finally sit down and write about that. For years, I've had people tell me, you should write a book. And, well, I've written 2 now. Here we are. This one isn't about autobiographical, about my whole life. This is just about significant things that have happened that have led me to where I am now, spiritually. So, there's that. Let's see, the dystopian series, I am still going to write it. It's just a matter of, it's on the shelf for a while because I need to really work out where I want to go with it. I just don't know. And right now it feels painfully forced. It feels just, I don't do mediocre work. I throw everything I am into everything that I write. So, I have been blessed with being able to submit my first article to the church newsletter last month, and I still have people coming up to me every once in a while and hugging me and saying, hey, your article was really good. I just submitted my second one. Our newsletter comes out once a month, so the second newsletter that I've submitted to will be out April 1st. And the topic that I went with, oh gosh, I must have rewritten that article 5 or 6 different times, and I finally got frustrated with it, and I told a friend of mine about it, and somebody that I have a lot of respect for. This person is also the one that had recommended me being a creative writing teacher. I reached out and said, hey, so I'm having a hard time with, because I was asked, how's the article going, and I reached back and said, well, it's kind of stuck. So I was offered to take a look at it, and everything, as this person had suggested, was really good, except there was one sentence that was kind of just like, it needed sanding down a little bit. And so we kind of hammered that out together, which was really, really just an amazing thing for this person to take time to do that for me. Wow. I know how busy they are, and I know that, a lot of times they have their own stuff that they have to work on, and it's like, I'm not comfortable asking as it is, and but for them to offer, hey, why don't you just send it to me? I'll take a look at it. And then when we got it done, that one little sentence when it was fixed, I was told, don't you dare change anything else. Send this immediately. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm sending it here, So that will be out April 1st, and I'm excited to see if people are gonna like it, because I really put my whole heart into it again, and even then there was a few tears shed, so some out of frustration. So hopefully the desired result will be abundant. So yeah, there's that. I'm outside of that. My friend and we had a very interesting discussion about writing. And I mentioned that I had been recently asked about what genre I write in. And I said, well, I write almost anything. I mean, I won't write something that is going to make my very conservative Mormon grandmother angry. Let me tell you something. This woman sleeps with a loaded shotgun by her bed. I'm not going to make her mad. No. No. You don't make Grandma Bearbait mad. No. Not to say that she's mean. She's feisty when she wants to be. So, and I have a lot of respect for my grandmother. And she had a hand in raising me. And I, I'm the delightful little soul that you see now because I had such a good upbringing, with her and my aunties and my mom. It's like, and of course my uncles, and a few really good teachers. I mean, I don't want to unravel that. So my friend and I, we were discussing it, and I said, the more I'm learning about my faith, the more I'm starting to really see things just kind of click, right? Like puzzle pieces. Like, you have all this stuff that you're given, and you're raised a certain way to believe, and then you break away from that and you say, oh, this doesn't make sense to me. Well, you have somebody else come along and say, well, here, let me help you put those puzzles together. And then everything, like I said, it just clicks, and it's like, oh, that's what that is. Okay. Never would have saw that before. Thank you, So, I was thinking about that, and I'm getting more and more excited as Easter's getting closer. I'm getting more and more excited about the fact that I am opening myself more and more to learning. And I've always had an open mind when it comes to religion, not so much so that my brain falls out, but God has always excited me. And even more so now. So my friend and I were discussing it, and I was encouraged to just hand it over to God and say, hey, what do you want me to do? I was encouraged to hand my voice over, as I was told. And I said, okay, I can do that. So I did. And the last few days, I've been thinking about it a lot more, and it's like, book 4 is already taking shape, and again, it's a nonfiction, and I'm thinking, well, maybe this is where I'm meant to go. This is maybe where I'm meant to take my talents and my time. So why not, eh? So I've got my blog. I'm trying to get stuff written for that. There's a little segment that I'm going to be doing, specifically just me processing things that I'm learning in that. And I have someone that I'm going to show it, just to make sure that I'm articulating everything correctly, because I don't want to send anything heretical. Not to mention names, but Bishop Robert Barron. I'm not trying to do that, so I'm not a heretic. So there's that. And then my guitar skills have improved. I'm sure if you've seen some of my videos, and I'm just going to apologize now for the terrible off-key singing. I have partial hearing damage, and the reason why, it was totally worth it, but yeah, I'm not going to rehash all that, but I'm just going to say that The skills are improving, and I'm up to 19 songs that I can play decently ish, passively, sort of. Some of which I'm not comfortable sharing, say, like at Mass. Some of them I am, though. I'm really, really pleased about that. So, I mean, if my priest were to come up to me and say, hey, Ree, I want you to play something at Mass, I would probably be terrified, but I don't like drawing attention to myself. But I mean, in this kind of setting, I'm trapped in your little computer, so I mean, you really can't do anything. So, But if my priest were to come up to me and say, "Hey, Ree, can you share something with us on the guitar, like whatever weekend or something like that?" I was like, yeah, I can, as long as I don't have to sit in the front of the room, you know. Um, so yeah, there's that, and then the the other thing I wanted to share, I completely forgot about. I don't remember now, but things are really starting to come along nicely. I mean, this year has been really good so far. I mean, life has been really good to me in a lot of ways. I mean, there's been a few hiccups, but that happens, right? So you can really appreciate the good. Um, but yeah, the RCIA is finally almost over. Um, almost a confirmation, dude. I can't believe it. But now I'm slap happy, and it's 2 in the morning, and I gotta be up in 5 hours. So, good night, y'all. Thanks for listening to me babble. Mwah.